Hey, Chris, what do you think about the Sony Financials? Question by E-Man.
Yes.
All right. Well, so um, this quarter actually, Sony has done rather well, and looking year over year from Q2 2020 to this quarter, PlayStation is taking back up the majority of Sony's total revenue, accounting for 26.6%, as opposed to 23.5% last year. They've had a boost in both the PlayStation and their electronic products and solutions. I'm not sure exactly what to attribute the electronic products and solutions boon from. I don't know if they have more TV sales or something, but that got a boost. Sony Pictures is doing better than last year.
Oh.
Obviously, because of Rona last year, a lot of things got delayed. People weren't going to the theater, all that stuff. So they lost revenue last year. This year it's picked up. Music has picked up. Everything for Sony has picked up except their financial services. Again, that's Japan only, so I don't know anything about that. And their imaging has declined. Everything else has boosted. So let me look at the. I'll just show you real fast
Yeah.
the um, PDF. And everybody, forgive me. I've been having PC problems,
Oh.
so it's issues. So they said their sales they saw a significant increase. This is company wide, significant increase in game and network services as PlayStation, Sony Pictures, and Sony Music segment sales, and an increase in electronic products and services segment sales. Um, they said they had a significant decrease in game and network services segment operating income. So with that, the operating income is basically taking your gross income, your net sales, and all your gross profit, and subtracting all your expenses. So I'm thinking that because they're manufacturing PlayStations at a loss and they're not seeing a lot of residual income coming from software sales because of all the scalpers and stuff, they actually have lost net income on each system. So that accounts for why their operating income has dropped on that. But the sales were up. Let me go back. I can't find the slide because my thumbnails aren't loading. I just have to click around. Okay, here we go. So this is specifically about PlayStation. They said year on year they had an increase in sales of hardware, accounting for PlayStation 5 specifically. Impact of foreign exchange rates. I guess the yen has gained over the dollar, so that helps them. Increase in sales of non-first party titles, including add-on content. So they're seeing a boost in software sales, but not from first party titles. From third, these are third party titles.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But next year that'll probably change. I'll say that for this year they're seeing first party title sales are weakened, but I'd say they have really next gen pretty much starts next year for
Yeah.
everyone, and so that'll change. So here's the operating income stuff I was talking about. They saw a decrease, and it's a decrease in unit sales of PlayStation 4 hardware and peripheral devices. Obviously, people are trying to buy PS5s now, so PS4 sales are dropping. And loss resulting from strategic price points of PlayStation 5 hardware that was set lower than manufacturing costs. And that's what I meant. They're manufacturing systems at a loss. And here's the thing, like so you do that, but you do that in as a long game, in that people are going to invest in the software, right? They're going to sign up for PSN, PS Plus, PS Now. You're hoping they'll get in on all these things and buy your games, right? Well, not if scalpers are buying thousands and thousands of systems and sitting on them.
Hmm.
So this is where they're losing out on sales per system, right? So you have a purchase of an initial system which you're taking a loss on, and that system is now sitting waiting for somebody to flip it, and it's not making money for them. So that's the problem, and that's where this is coming from. And there's a decrease in sales of first party titles. Mentioned that was from earlier. And it says increase in selling general and administrative expenses. Now I don't know if their marketing, if they up their marketing, so their marketing budget increased. So basically, just getting these out, and then they said administrative expenses. That could mean many things. That went up, but the sales were still much stronger year over year. It's a 27% increase over this time last year, which is pretty huge.
Yeah.
I can't switch tabs easily here. So I'll go back to my little pie chart here. And you can see, so I converted the yen to dollars. So PlayStation last quarter made about 4.44 billion in sales. It's up to 5.66 billion this year, and that's the 27.48% increase over last year. And overall, music had an increase. Sony Pictures had a significant increase. I can probably say that's due to theaters opening back up, people going out, their productions actually being released. They don't have delays now. Stuff is getting out there, so they're seeing a boost in revenue on Sony Pictures. And they had a slight boost in electronic products and solutions. Imaging they had a dip, financial services they had a dip, but overall, um, from the three major portions, PlayStation, Sony Music, and Sony Pictures, they had a boost in net sales. And PlayStation, of course, accounting for most of it. With Microsoft, all right, I'm just gonna load their segment report
Oh boy.
because it's a pain in the ass. All right, where's the
Yeah, they don't make things easy, do they?
No, I mean this thing is terrible. And I had the report on here before. I don't want to see this dude's face.
Yeah. I can't pronounce that guy's name.
Yeah. Um, so let me get to just the numbers of Xbox. I have to dig through all this shit just to find where they talk
So
about it.
did they actually posted Xbox numbers, right? Is that what happened this year, or do you have to just like, use a crystal ball to decipher them?
Well, I'd have to decipher them, and honestly, I didn't take the time.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Only, so I'd only say that in this report, on the summary report, which I don't know, I lost it. I had it open before, but my machine crashed and I lost it. So they had said that from uh Q1 last year to Q1 this year, that there was basically a 2% increase in revenue from Xbox. But because of inflation, that really amounted to zero. So there was no net change in Xbox revenue, even though there was a slight increase. Because of inflation, it didn't really make a difference.
Wow.
And their biggest earners was actually LinkedIn and Office and their enterprise solutions. And the only, I think, losing part of Microsoft was the Surface. So the Surface had a drop of 17%, and then they were adjusting for inflation, so it was actually 19% year over year. So that was the only significant downturn. But on overall revenue generation, they were doing gangbusters.
Nice.
And that's like all the details I have of this report is terrible.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Look at that. That's a mess. And not compared to Sony's, it was all nice. You know.
Yeah, Sony's like is great because I can look at the presentation report and they break down everything, and you can break down and they do each segment for you, right? All I need to do is convert this to dollars,
Yeah.
right? To give to give us to our audience. But and Nintendo's is okay, right? There's no problem there. They put out all their numbers, they explain things, and I can just go through it. Microsoft is always a pain, which is why I never make anything like this for them. I never do a breakdown. I never make a spreadsheet or pie chart because I cannot find a breakdown of each segment from them.
Man. No, but this
So
looks good though. So yeah, good year for Sony. Did Nintendo have any reports yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, if they do, keep an eye out because if these guys have theirs, pretty sure Nintendo's will be coming soon as well.
I'll let you know, but then I would look at that for Thursday.
Yeah, for
If they're
sure. No, but this is awesome. So yeah, overall thoughts, Chris, and the rest of you guys on Sony's financials.
I say PlayStation is looking pretty strong. it's seeing an increase in growth and revenue. I would just say I don't know what's happening internally that their operating income is dropping, other than their marketing budgets are either blowing up and they need to figure that out, um, or they have some kind of administrative snafu because it dropped a lot for what they've been doing, and I didn't understand that. The report didn't really detail it.
Yeah.
So I just say they have to figure that out because you don't want to burn your sales on like mismanagement, right? That's the main thing. And then, but they're going to see, I will predict they're going to see an increase in sales of first party titles come next year, and that's going to boost their overall sales. So the only thing they have to worry about in the PlayStation segment is like, I don't know, fix your operating expenses problem because there's an issue there. I don't know what it is, but there is a problem with the outflow. And I think it might be marketing.
Yeah. One subset says, but Sony makes movies. You'd think that'd be a huge game changer. It isn't, though. You know, PlayStation
Yeah,
is where they make their money. You know.
yeah, you can see the so this is the current pie chart. Let me see if I can highlight it. So this is this quarter's breakdown, right? Sony Pictures is only accounting for less than 11% of the total company revenue. All right, like I said, PlayStation is at 26.6%, so almost 27%. I guarantee that's going to go up next year before the fiscal year ends,
Yeah.
right? So they're over one quarter of the company's revenue is from PlayStation, right? Music and pictures put together don't add up to it.
Yeah. They're saying that they're expecting. Logic Win says he's expecting a huge boost when Spider-Man No Way Home drops. It's still not going to make him overtake PlayStation, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. PlayStation's the big money maker, man. The movie stuff is just pretty much a side hustle at this point. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
we got a question for you too, Chris.
oh,
Question for Chris. Do you see Sony potentially selling off any of these divisions?
They already have been.
They have been,
yeah.
but of the
Uh,
current ones,
of the current ones, let's see. Well, here's the thing. I've as long as we've been talking about um financials and I look at Sony, the imaging segment has always been suffering. So honestly, I and they always are making advancements. There's always they were the first with mirrorless 4x3 cameras and all this shit. So they're always innovating, but they're always lag behind Canon and Nikon and everybody else, right? So I don't know why they hold on to it, but they have held on to it. Like Sony bought Konica Minolta and all that stuff, and they formed their own cameras. But honestly, that it's kind of the laggy part of it. You know, I mean, even their financial services, which by the way is just an Asian thing, it's just in Japan. They don't
yeah,
offer that here. That makes more revenue than the imaging.
that's wild.
So if any segment would go, I mean, it would probably be that. Like I would see them phase out stuff. Like remember they used to make Sony Vios and the Ericsson phones and all that stuff, and those generally went away. Like they phase out stuff. Now selling off a piece, I mean, maybe if there was any part of their technology that Canon would want or Nikon, I could see them selling off their imaging.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we got the air conditioner back. All right. All right. That's good stuff, man. People in the chat are appreciating what you did, man. So another win for you, sir. Awesome stuff.